This video is intended for someone who is thinking about purchasing their first H2. If you do own an H2, I do believe that you'll enjoy this video, but again, I do not want to waste your time. I want you guys to understand that I am not a Hummer H2 salesman. I am not trying to sell you on the idea of purchasing this vehicle. My goal since day one has to put potential owners in a position to make an educated decision on whether or not this is the right or wrong vehicle for you. The videos that I upload on my channel are based on factual information and my personal experience, which includes almost 3 years of ownership, approximately 20,000 miles. I have personally overhauled the engine, rebuilt my own transmission, U-joints, fuel pump, de-rusted, powder coated the frame, installed headers, new cats, new exhaust system. I have sealed 25 plus water leaks, restored the trim, completely stripped and sound deadened the entire interior. And the most difficult part of all was cleaning the vehicle. So when it comes to the H2, understand that this vehicle, it's a lot wider than your average sized SUV on the road. It may be too wide for you to drive. You may not like the experience, again, just because the width of the vehicle, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I recommend take it for a test spin. You're either going to like it or you're going to hate it. There's really not going to be an in-between. When it comes to the H2, understand that you are going to be subjected to people who despise these vehicles. They look at these beautiful pieces of artwork, rolling artwork as I call it, and they would love nothing better to slash your tire, vandalize your vehicle. There are people out there that are willing to go to jail for 20 years. There are people out there willing to die just to vandalize your vehicle. I'm not kidding. How can I make those comments? Because there are people out there from Clown World that have gone out and vandalized vehicle XYZ and who have ended up, dead and or in jail. Absolutely insane. So again, you're gonna have to deal with people from Clown World or potentially running into people from Clown World. You may have to deal with friends and or family who do not like the vehicle. People that are jealous, they're gonna make ignorant comments, stupid comments, non-factual comments. You cannot win with these people. Do not try to correct them. You're just going to have to deal with them. Trust me, primarily it's only been family, but I should actually, more I think about it, I've dealt with coworkers saying things, strangers. I've had to deal with strangers booing me. Again, people giving me thumbs down. So again, there's a lot of rude, ignorant, and inconsiderate people out there that see these beautiful pieces of artwork and they would have nothing better to do, or they would like nothing better than to destroy your vehicle. It would put nothing short of a massive smile on their face. I cannot stress that. There's a lot of insane people out there. You get enough insane people together and they'll all think they're completely normalized, and that's how a cult begins. So there's a lot of people out there that are totally devoid of common sense, logic, and reasoning, and you will have to deal with them, potentially have to deal with them if you purchase this vehicle. You got to understand that these vehicles are approximately 20 plus years old at this point, most of the H2s on the road. So there's the X factor with just the age of the vehicle. Catch-up maintenance schedules have been lost and forgotten. So when it comes to catch-up maintenance, you're going to have to do it. Just assume that it has not been done. You're going to have to learn about the vehicle, the engine, transmission, There's water leaks that need to be sealed. It's common for the trim to be faded. So again, think of it as it's really good to think of the H2 as a hobby. It's a really great vehicle to purchase when you have another vehicle that you can rely on. And then, you know, when you get the H2 up to speed, then you can convert it to your daily. Cleaning the vehicle. Again, when I clean my H2, is absolutely disgusting. Dirt, bugs, road grime, candy inside. When I cleaned the seats, when I cleaned the carpets, there was black and brown goo for literally like 20, 30 minutes, probably closer to 45 minutes. It just kept seeping out of the carpets. It was absolutely disgusting. Tracking down parts. Overall, when it comes to parts, it was actually pretty easy to find. Probably a good set of rock bars if you're missing those, and a good tire carrier when it comes to parts. But overall, actually, parts are relatively easy to find. So again, other things, vandalism, which again, I more or less covered that earlier, dealing with insane people. The width of the vehicle. You are going to be sticking out. Make no mistake about it. When you're driving an H2, people notice whether they want to or not. You are going to be noticed on the road. So if you want to blend in, if you're someone that you just want to fit in like everybody else and you know, not be noticed on the road, buy a Jeep, buy a Mitsubishi, and that'll solve your problem. So when it comes to the H2, understand that you got to really want it. It's a very, very small group of individuals who still drive these vehicles. And if you ask any one of them, they'll tell you what an incredible experience it is owning the vehicle, driving the vehicle, and that they're really happy owning the vehicle, taking it out, and they wouldn't drive anything else. There have been a lot of people out there, they sell the H2 and they go out and they buy Jeeps or Broncos, and they end up coming back to the H2 and they're like, man, I made a mistake. They'll say like, I thought I was over the H2, and then they'll come back and say, hey, I got to get another one. So when it comes to the H2, understand that if you're somebody out there who you have the ability to see the beauty of this vehicle, you can see the aggressive lines, you can see that it's just a beautiful piece of artwork, you enjoy the DNA of this vehicle, then you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's a lot of fun. And for me, I'll tell you guys, this vehicle, it fits into my personality extremely well. I like to think of myself as somewhat adventurous. I go snowboarding in the H2. I can pack all my gear in the H2. I go hunting sometimes, so there's tons of room for all my gear. I love taking the H2 to car shows. I love the lines. I love photography. So to me, again, this vehicle, I get to take my hobby wherever I go. It's awesome. It's a great feeling. There's nothing else I'd rather drive. It's been nothing short of an incredible experience. But understand, with that incredible experience, guys, there comes a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, that's not right. There comes the potential to deal with all of the negatives that I had mentioned earlier. People from Clown World, all right? Catch-up maintenance, the width of the vehicle. Truth be told, it doesn't bother me now that I've gotten used to it. And actually, I couldn't go back to another vehicle. Once you actually drive one of these vehicles, you're like, man, I am not going back. I mean, they nailed it all over with this vehicle. It's a smash hit, 10 out of 10. The comfort, the styling. Again, once you do drive an H2, you're not going to want to go back to anything else. But cleaning the vehicle, catch-up maintenance, water leaks, cleaning it. And make no mistake, you're going to have to put some work in. There's the X factor, the fact that these vehicles are 20 years old. I'll tell you guys, I'll be as truthful as I can. I do mean that. I am as truthful as I can in all my videos. There's the X factor, guys. There's the X factor that I cannot tell you about if you go out and buy one of these vehicles. Again, it's just the complete unknown. Overall, when it comes to the H2, if you follow my videos, if you watch my content, and you are someone who wants to buy one of these vehicles, you get a good H2 that's rust-free, a good prior owner. In all likelihood, you're not going to have really that many or minimal issues, probably just a little bit of catch-up maintenance. But, you know, if you're like me and you went out, you buy an H2 and you didn't know what you're getting yourself into, then yeah, I ran into 2.5 years worth of issues. There's a couple little things that I still am, you know, working on fixing right now. Regardless, you know, for me, I say it's a blessing in disguise. I have learned everything about my H2. I can tell you everything about the H2 inside and out. And it's a win for you guys as well, because you guys can use these videos to your advantage to really get your H2 up to speed on where it needs to be.